Let me just start off by saying that if you live here in Arizona and you walk out your front door with a mustache, you may very well return with no facial hair on your face. It's so hot outside sometimes that it literally incinerates your hairs. By the way, that in no way means that you should walk outside naked trying to get rid of your body hairs that way. Please don't. Arizona heat is already enough to deal with without having you out there naked. Anyways, let's get straight into today's video because there is definitely quite a bit to cover, and that's only because I don't really pay too much attention to like rumors or leaked images or leaked retail listings for the foreseeable future. I don't really pay attention to those type of things. I usually only start to really pay attention when it's actually Hasbro throwing up pre-order windows or nice promotional images or things of that nature, or when there's an official release, because from time to time some of these retail listings are a little bit off. So this was all new to me, and I'll start off with maybe the figure that I'm the most excited about. I'm not quite sure really how to feel about ranking all of these figures, but I will say it's definitely exciting to get a single carded or a single released super battle droid. This will also come with a little blast effect piece that ports onto his wrist cannon. And I said this before and I'll say it again, I really heavily criticize Hasbro for throwing in that ugly battle droid with that ridiculous C-3PO head sculpt glued onto it. It made no sense to make that into a 2-pack. I believe it was like a Target exclusive, and I'm sure Hasbro got their money's worth with that because it was a retail exclusive and it was pretty limited. I'm not sure if it sold out or anything like that. I really didn't keep up with it. I wasn't interested in it. But Hasbro knew that a lot of the diehard collectors were going to go after that 2-pack just because they just don't have the patience for waiting around and for the single release. Even though we all knew it was right around the corner, Star Wars collectors are just a very rabid bunch. So definitely excited to be getting that. And it's also worth noting this does not come with a wash or any of the weathered effects. And I guess this kind of makes sense in my mind. I always picture them kind of clean cut and just shiny, like they just got waxed. But I know the original one, if I remember correctly, like I said, I didn't pick it up, but I do remember it having like some sort of like wash on it. This one is a lot cleaner, a lot nicer. And I will say definitely keep your head on a swivel for this particular release, because this is an army builder and this is a battle droid that people have been waiting for a very long time. So just keep an eye on this. People are going to want to buy multiples, so definitely hit that pre-order as soon as it comes out. It should be hitting 1 p.m. Eastern time on May the 4th. I don't know when I'm going to upload this. It might have already been sold out by the time I uploaded. But yeah, definitely keep your eye on this figure. And it is a fan channel exclusive. Will be retailing for $24.99. Also going up for pre-order is that Phantom Menace Episode 1 3-pack, which is going to include a Qui-Gon, an Obi-Wan, and a Darth Maul. I believe, from what I can remember, the Qui-Gon and the Obi-Wan are just re-releases of old figures with the cloth goods. Great job from Hasbro giving us the complete look for both Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, just because it feels like every time they release something you have to go to the third party to find extra accessories or something that's missing. But Hasbro gave us the cloth goods, which is perfect. Like I said, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are supposed to just be re-releases, whereas it sounds like Darth Maul is all brand new. Very exciting. It's definitely about time that we got a new Darth Maul. And by the way, just worth mentioning, both of the Qui-Gon and the Obi-Wan have gone quite expensive out there, like through eBay and Amazon. So it's definitely good that Hasbro decides to re-release figures that are actually difficult to find. It seems more and more Hasbro decides to re-release figures that you can still find at like retail, sometimes under retail. The Archives series is just littered with figures that have no need to be re-released. But perfect job from Hasbro identifying which characters need to be re-released by them and then condensing the release by making it a 3-pack. This should have also gone up on May 4th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And from what I remember, this is a GameStop exclusive. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. I'm going to just take a guess and say that eventually it will be it will have a wider release. I'm not sure why this is just available at GameStop, but I think eventually it will be available through different retailers. But for now, definitely check out GameStop. I feel like this might be one of those that surprises everybody and sells out. And by the way, this will retail for $74.99. They also announced a Commander Gree and Yoda 2-pack, and there's a lot to dissect here. There's a lot to get into. It appears that Gree is going to be on that updated 2023 clone body And it's also worth noting you're getting an alternate look for him. The original one that we got from the Black Series line was that camo suit. And it's also worth mentioning we're getting a prequel Yoda, but that's definitely not the most exciting thing here. And obviously Yoda does come with a lightsaber, walking stick, and a few accessories. But the thing that really drew my eye and really caught my attention was that Jedi Council chair. Now, look, this is pure speculation, but how exciting is it to think that later down the road, maybe the Black Series line starts to release Jedi Council chairs for some of the characters or some of the Jedis that were featured in some of those scenes in the prequel trilogy. That's absolutely insane. Only time will tell. Now, there are two possibilities here that they do go ahead and do something like that, where they start re-releasing some characters that we've already gotten, but that include one of those Jedi Council chairs, or this is just a one-off, which is probably what I'm going to lean on the most, just because it feels like Yoda's so small, there's not a lot of plastic included, and there's a pretty decent price tag attached to this. This is a $49.99 2-pack, so I'm just going to assume the chair is exclusive to Yoda. But like I said, the possibility down the road is still there that we could eventually see a lot of these figures featuring these chairs, and we can at least hope that someday we'll be able to recreate some of those scenes featuring the entire Jedi Council in their chairs. I know what you guys are thinking. This guy's an absolute fool. Is he really spending like 2 minutes talking about chairs as an accessory? Yes, I am. That's just what happens when you're a diehard Star Wars fan. Anyways, continuing with the reveals, they also announced the Captain Enoch along with a Night Trooper, and I have literally no attachment to this. I didn't even watch the Ahsoka show. I might have watched like an episode, the first couple of episodes here and there, but they really didn't stick with me. I was very disappointed with the show, and even though it appears that this is on that new body mold, which it obviously is, there are some new additions here and there, and there is some sculpted detail that is specific to both of these figures. So if you're really interested in this, you can also pick it up on May the 4th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. This will be a Walmart exclusive. Only time will tell if this is going to be very difficult to find or it will be a little bit easier than it usually is for Walmart exclusive figures. We are also supposed to be getting a Revenge of the Sith Darth Sidious, which looks phenomenal, has the shocked effect pieces that come from the hands. It will come with a lightsaber and then obviously the cloth goods. I like the fact that Hasbro is doing this more consistently. It feels like for a long time they went away from the cloth goods and now they're starting to come back. And by the way, in case you guys are wondering, yes, that is hard plastic for the hood, so that way you won't have any problems posing it around. I think most people would prefer like wire running through the hood, but I completely get it's kind of a little bit impractical, but the hard plastic hood makes sense, even though definitely if you're standing up close you'll be able to tell the difference. But in terms of posability, this is definitely the best option for Hasbro. He will retail at $24.99, and this one will not be going up on May the 4th. This one is a later release, but it appears it will also be a fan channel exclusive. Lastly, I wanted to give the Star Wars vintage collection a little bit of love. Nobody loves that ugly 1/18 scale from Star Wars for some unknown reason, but I love it. I have a few figures in my collection in my bin somewhere. Now, unfortunately, I don't really have a lot of space for this type of display, so all of them are like still mint on card, but I love me some vintage Star Wars collection. And they did announce that a new 4-pack of X-Wing pilots is supposed to be coming out very soon. It features 2 human characters and then 2 alien characters. Now, I don't remember if they mentioned this in the live stream, and the images don't really make it clear, but I'm going to jump to the conclusion that they're basically reusing the same body mold and just porting on a new head sculpt. They do come with some small little hand blasters as well, and honestly, I'm okay with the reuse. It makes perfect sense, especially with a 4-pack such as this. Now, I'm doing the math in my head, and I don't even remember how much Star Wars vintage action figures are supposed to be going for. I usually buy them from like third parties, so I'm going to assume they're somewhere along the lines of like $15 to $16. Doing the math in my head really quickly, that averages out to like about a little bit over $60 for a 4-pack if you were to buy them separately. But because they're going to be together, it's a $54.99 price point, which isn't really too bad. We should expect this later in the year, somewhere along the lines of like fall, so somewhere between September all the way up to like maybe November. This will also be a fan channel exclusive. As I said at the beginning of the video, this is a very fun and exciting time to be a Star Wars collector because there's a ton of stuff hitting us, and May the 4th is definitely going to be a jam-packed day for Star Wars collectors, so definitely keep an eye on for all of the pre-orders, including those that will be hitting us closer to the fall time. It seems like a long time away, but it definitely creeps up on you, so definitely keep your calendars marked. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Like I said, so just a quick little rundown of all of the cool reveals that they had over the live stream for the May 4th reveals. Let me know your thoughts down below. What is the reveal that you guys are the most excited about? I will definitely try to upload more Star Wars content. It feels like I haven't been uploading as much. I've been emphasizing more like Hasbro and McFarlane, but I will definitely try to upload a lot more Black Series and Star Wars vintage collectibles. So stay tuned. Don't forget to stay safe out there, and definitely don't forget to enjoy the hobby. That's what it's all about. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you.